Come on, guys, join us. Don't be rude. Adam waved his hand, inviting us to sit. We sat down next to the fire hesitantly. Adam began to ramble. We've been in the woods for a while now. Haven't really run across many living people. We usually go hunting for food. Don't want to go near the city for nothing. We tried it once, damn near lost Frank. That was right after the city got quiet. When everyone was gone. But we're getting low on ammo and decided to move on to find a smaller town. To scavenge for supplies. If there's any left by now. Something was wrong. I looked to Abby and Max, who seemed to have noticed this too, but Randy seemed unfazed. This infection started 2 days ago. Adam was talking like this had been going on a lot longer. It was Max that finally spoke. Why would everything be looted by now? It's only been like 2 days, and where are the rest of the survivors? More people have got to have made it out. Adam stared back at Max blankly. Kid, what in the hell are you talking about? Where have you been? 2 days? Did you hit your head or something? It's been more like 2 months. Stunned silence followed this revelation. Before any of us could speak, a loud crash came from behind us, startling us out of our confusion. Randy spun around, gun aimed toward the trees where the sound had come from. Nobody moved. I'm not sure we even breathed. Crash! It came again, closer this time. What the hell? Frank whispered. Adam jumped up, grabbed his handgun, and joined Randy. Everybody down! Adam ordered. We waited on the ground, watching the trees for what felt like hours. When a figure emerged from the trees, limping slowly, Adam took aim, but Randy reached over and grabbed his gun. Wait! He whispered sharply. Another figure limped out behind the first. Then another and another. To our horror, they kept coming. We gotta go! Randy yelled, grabbing bags and waving at us wildly. The 6 of us ran with whatever we can grab of our things. Randy and Adam ran behind us, shooting at any of the infected that got close enough. We gotta find a place to lay low. We can't beat them all, Randy yelled. I know a place. Hey Frank, head to the highway. There's an old airstrip up the road. Adam yelled, and Frank waved back at him to acknowledge that he had heard him and turned toward the highway. Frank was already red in the face and huffing and puffing before we even reached the road. We seemed to be putting a good distance between our slow pursuers and us. Frank stopped with his hands on his knees. I need a minute, he huffed. Old man, you need to get in shape, George elbowed him jokingly, huffing himself. Come on, guys, the airstrip isn't far from here. Let's keep the distance between us and them, Adam scolded. We decided to cross the road, packed with abandoned cars, and head towards another tree line for cover. When we slowed down, Abby grabbed my arm and whispered, Did you see that? In one of those cars, there was someone behind the wheel, but he was completely decayed like a skeleton, and it was like the skeleton was driving. She sounded scared and disgusted, and I had seen that more than once, actually, and I nodded. How is it possible that this has been going on for 2 months? She asked again. I don't know. I'm still wrapping my head around this. They've got to be messing with us, I said. Then what's with all the decayed people in those cars? She asked. I had wondered the same thing. I think we need to find this airstrip and get more information out of these guys, I said, and Abby nodded, still looking perplexed. We made it to the airstrip in silence, watching carefully for any sign of the group that had followed us. Adam and Randy went in first, guns drawn. After a few moments, they reappeared and waved us in. We need to reinforce the doors, the windows, but we should be safe in here for now, Adam said. Abby and I found some dusty chairs and sat down, exhausted, while the guys gathered what they could find to board up the doors and the windows. No fire tonight, guys. Let's keep as much attention away from this place as possible. Randy sounded exhausted as the rest of us. Randy sat down, running his right hand over the top of his head. He never looked up from the floor. What did he know? The light was fading fast now as we sat in the dark, little airport terminal, silently. Finally, Max broke the silence. 2 months! Yeah, kid. I know it's hard to keep track of the days, but this definitely didn't start 2 days ago. Did you bump your head or something? Adam furrowed his eyebrows at Max in concern. Max didn't respond. He stared down at his hands. I imagined he was thinking the same thing that we were. How in the hell did we lose that much time? I remember it starting 2 days ago, too. I claimed. I chimed in, finally, and Abby nodded in agreement next to me. This time Frank spoke. I've been keeping track. We'd been in those woods for about 3 weeks, wandering around, attempting to find food and supplies in the city for the last week or two before that. And we were holed up in my office building for about 5 days before everything calmed down. Frank looked at everyone as they stared at him in silence. Numbers are my thing, he mumbled into his hands. Well, I count that as around 6 weeks, Adam said. He was staring at us, eyebrows furrowed. Randy was unusually quiet, still staring down at his hands. Randy! I snapped. What are you not telling us? I stood up suddenly, hands on my hips. For a moment, Randy didn't move. Then he sighed heavily and waved for me to come sit back down. I don't know much. I was like you, stuck in the middle of an all-out war, trying to survive. But I do know is that these leeches are not from our world. It's classified information, but I guess that don't matter anymore, huh? He still didn't look up. What? I asked. The military. We learned about a tear. I guess you can call it that anyway. This tear, it goes to another world. And I know how crazy it sounds, but I swear it's true. We had known about it for years. Had to keep it heavily guarded. After we lost men exploring the other worlds, it was deemed too dangerous. He paused, only glancing at us. Something happened 6 weeks ago. Someone screwed up and this happened. As for you only remembering this starting 2 days ago, I was trying to protect you guys. He cleared his throat uncomfortably. Silence. Protect us? That doesn't make any sense. Max jumped out of his chair angrily. It does, if the tear was hidden in the armory. Randy wouldn't look at any of us as we all just let it sink in. I hope you ghouls are enjoying this. This one was part 4. Really interesting. I like this little, door to the upside down thing going on, and I'm wondering where she's going to take this. There is going to be a part 5 at the very bottom of this one. She's like, stay tuned for the next part coming soon. And it's been like that for a little while, but I'm hoping that just means the next chapter is going to be either like really long or like really good. But yes, I am semi back. I'm going to do my best to at least upload on Fridays. I'm going to do my best to upload Monday and Friday like I normally would. I have one day child free and off at work. So I have one day to be able to record, to edit the audio of the recording, which usually takes me 2 hours-ish to record. Another, hour and a half to 2 to freaking edit the audio, because I've re-listened to myself fucking talk and mess up 100 times. And then I also need to get all my weird adulting and mothering done, because it's the only day I have without my child, because he's in school. But I'm gonna do my best. I missed recording so much, and I'm sorry if I am rusty, because I was editing it, and I was like, this doesn't sound as good as it usually does. So hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things, because it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. But thank you, ghouls, for sticking around, for staying with me, everyone. I'm so thankful that you ghouls have not abandoned me, because I certainly have not abandoned you. That is my dog in the background groaning at me, because she hates when I record, because she just has to lay around. But yes, thank you so much. But as always, ghouls, the last video will be on the top left. The next one will be on the bottom left. All my social medias are on the screen, as well as in the description box below. And remember, there's always someone or something watching you.